Hey everybody, I'm working on some terrain for a game coming up. This is a thatch roof and a jug that's gonna get cut to make an orc hut. Um, First stage is work in progress, but hopefully it comes out okay. It's kind of easy to do really, but it's very time consuming. I figure I'll share it with you. I'm sure you've seen other terrain videos in different styles, and there's all different kinds of good people out there doing terrain. A lot of shout outs deserved for people like Trainaholic and Camelupian, Rubbish In, Rubbish Out. I mean, other people, sorry, don't mean to skip anybody, just the ones popped in my head. What you want to do is buy one of these little brushes, and this is how long it originally was, but you can see how much I've cut out of the sides. These brushes aren't very cheap, so if you see cheap ones, pick them up. This is a corn brush, a natural brush. You want to try and stay away from synthetic bristles. I cut it a stair step because I don't really want them to be the exact same length every time. And what I've done is taken a paper plate. I cut a line up here, cut the center out, and then fold it up pretty much like a cone. See that? That's the bottom of it. I've left the lip on the very edge of the plate, as you can see around the perimeter, to give it the spread that it takes to kind of keep it from being a straight cone. The top's open for now. I'm going to probably make some paper towel cloth around the edge to give some room for the smoke to come out. When you fold it up into a cone, and you're using a lot of glue, so you got to be careful. You don't want to oversaturate, and then you can just take a clothespin and clip your cone to keep it the cone shape. I use wire cutters. Here you can see some pieces in here are pretty thick, but I can use them for spikes or something. Who knows? We'll think of something as we go. So you'll see this next time cut up and on the right size scale, I hope. I've got some random foam and balsa wood and stuff to cut up, toothpicks, you know, just stuff to try and spice it up when I get it together. I plan on this being the boss's hut, a real big hut, and then a smaller hut on the same, like maybe a kidney shaped board for the bottom. Now when you make this, you want to start from the bottom going up and try and make it pretty random. You can see there's a few spots I have to fill in. I plan on spraying this with some spray adhesive, and it'll really hold it in place. And I can kind of press it in some, put a few in, but the white glue holds it pretty good, but you're gonna have some randomly falling out all the time, and the goal is to kind of really make it sturdy. This thing's got to take some battle damage. Alright. Okay, so I've cut my container. I guess this is a gallon-sized jug to fit my hut, which granted that's not done, of course. But for support, because this is pretty dang flimsy, I've cut the top of the jug out. I'm just going to glue it down inside, and when I do, it'll give it a lot of support, make it a tough little hut, orc-worthy. I've decided to use this shape. You can see the big hut space on the left, the little hut space on the right with the question mark because I haven't made that one yet, and the rough outline of how I want things to travel. I need to put a fence in, where I want the land to raise and lower. I'm going to cut this out and mount my hut to it after I put some foam and stuff, but cool. Okay, for my next step I cut out a piece of plywood base. I beveled the edges a little bit with my Dremel and painted everything except for the roof a primed black. That'll help keep the wood from warping later down the road, and I need something to help me glue to this jug. This has been coated with some cheapy spray glue, and when you get this one was already clogged, but every time you use it you're gonna have to soak the lid in I used simple, or what was it? Yeah, Super Clean. I used Super Clean this time. It said to use paint thinner or something. It worked. The glue, although pretty good, at some point spat sort of just snotted on it, so I had to go back and add yet even more brushiness to cover that up. As of right now, it's really playable terrain. I'm gonna hopefully get some time to decorate it, maybe pick up some foam, at least flock it and paint it and stucco it. So yeah, take it easy.